Introducing first, he is fighting out of Cliffside Park, New Jersey, weighing 206 pounds, the indestructible Steve O.
The Penguin looking fierce, looking ready, looking rough, looking ready for this Pure Rules match after his exciting brawl with Preacher just last month.
Yes, if anything, he's looking for Alex Ryman. His suspension expires next month.
There's his heel son Luke out the front row.
Hope he doesn't get involved or else off night it's going to get even worse.
That's true. He might do a run-in for his opponent. Look at the eyes, the intensity of the indestructible Steve O.
He's always intense. He's got to save some of that though for Ryman.
Oh, I'm sure there's no lack of intensity once that guy gets back in the stage.
and his opponent in tonight's Pure Rules match.
Oh. Oh.
I can dig it. Oh. It's a chill wave going up in here.
Hell yeah. That keep them songs study to bump it. Oh, the build-up. Anticipation.
Fighting out of Trenton, New Jersey, weighing 151 pounds, the Drip God, the world famous CB!
Been a little while since we've seen CB here in the Kingdom, Mark.
Yes, it has been a long while here. CB's well known all around the world, really. He has his fingerprints on so many different pro wrestlers going all around the world.
Absolutely.
Steve O actually saying that he saw world famous CB's pro wrestling when he cracked in with the Ring of Honor school. So these guys might be familiar with each other in one way or another.
They are very, very familiar with one another. They go way, way back.
And it'll be interesting to see what Steve O can learn from CB here in a very different style match. Almost like the anti-Dark Arts match here in a pure rules match.
There you go. Gong sounded and we are on Pure Rules match. The indestructible Steve O taking on the Drip God, the world famous CB. Go behind by CB. Now a hammerlock. The brilliant inhabitants of the kingdom are alive here tonight for Haas Mountain. They have been on board from the jump, Mark. And what an incredible rest of the night we have coming up. Tag team titles, junior heavyweight title, an ultimate Haas fight, and our first ever empty arena match.
Oh, things
for the world title.
Yes,
sorry.
things keep getting better and better here.
CB just trying to wiggle out, and he does.
Yeah, Steve O's got to give his props there.
Well, no props are going to be given when Ryman and Off are in the same building again.
Oh, you know, he's jonesing for that. It'd be interesting to see what Steve O can add to his arsenal here in a pure rules match, because really, when he gets in the face of Alex Ryman, I'm not sure any rule is going to apply.
Oh no! I mean, those two. I mean, we're better off just turning the lights out and letting those two guys murderize each other, because they're not going to be able to be held back. And if that match were to end on a disqualification, if and when it happens, it would be a travesty not only to us as the fans, but to Steve and Alex, who deserve the opportunity to beat the shit out of one another.
Oh, we certainly do. But I just wonder if Alex Ryman even, if he has anything to add to Steve O. He's already beat the crap out of him months ago when he turned his back on the American Murder Society. So right now, Ryman's one up on Steve O, and Steve O wants to certainly get that comeuppance.
That's one rope break there for Steve Off. He has
Steve
two
Off
left.
has used one rope break. 2 remain.
2 left for Steve Off. And CB knew what he was doing. Look at the smirk. The man is endlessly brilliant when it comes to the world of professional wrestling, Mark.
He's a head trainer of the Worldwide Wrestling Dojo. So many competitors all over the world have come through that dojo. You saw Red Titus earlier. CB, just like Titus, is stable in Ring of Honor.
And with wrist control is Steve Off. The smirk now growing on the face of the thick penguin, Steve Off. And yes, for those people who've been watching along, no, I will not let that go. Just like how Steve Off isn't letting the wrist go of the world famous CB.
Well, it's very hard to get into a hold-for-hold contest with CB here. He knows so many of them and how to chain them together. And in Steve Off's matches, especially in his old tag team, we're not used to seeing him really do hold-for-hold moves here. So if anything, this does add to Steve Off's arsenal. He will learn something here. There are plenty of submission holds to apply to do plenty of damage.
Oh, snap there.
Nice snap.
Right back. But again, Steve Off able to get out and regain wrist control.
The world famous CB has used one rope break.
There you go.
Both
Turnabout is
competitors
fair
have
play.
2 remaining.
Steve Off knew just what he was doing, just as CB knew what he was doing earlier. Now just shove it into the face. Oh.
We talk about the Maniac being unchained, but Steve Off is a very capable, knowledgeable wrestler. Let's not undersell that.
Under the ropes he goes, up and over. Nobody holding the topsy-turvy there. Shoulder block, takedown, takes down CB. Up and over goes Steve Off. Oh. Taking him over with the wrist. Now CB trying to, but again, Steve Off really on top of it, looking in great shape doing it as well.
There's that second rope break.
World famous CB has used his second rope break.
What was that, 30
1
seconds apart
remain.
at most?
Yeah, it wasn't very long, so very interesting. You know, with the dark arts matches that we usually see here, each competitor gets 1 rope break. You never want to see them used so early in the match, but here CB has used 2 of his 3. And we're only, what,
1
4 or 5 minutes in?
warning to the world famous CB for closed fist punch to the head.
1 warning is maybe all he'll need, though, with that closed fist punch. That could do a lot of damage.
I don't know, CB even looked a little surprised that he got caught on that. Maybe his instinct as a wrestler to use that closed fist for the added emphasis on a blow.
Handstand knees into the chest. Amazing display of athleticism and talent for CB.
Over the years, CB has put on a good amount of weight, added muscle, not looking like the competitor I once saw as he got his start in pro wrestling.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's been a long time coming for CB, and, you know, it's a moniker, yes, but he is world famous. World traveled and battle hardened. Sorry.
I'm sure Jushin Liger taught him a few things on his diet, how to improve his diet and build some muscle mass.
Big back elbow. Now up and big elbow right to the chest again. It seems CB is maybe zeroing in on the chest mark.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest part of Steve's mind. Ronda will zero in on it. And like you're so prone to say, if you drive the oxygen out of your opponent's body, he's not going to be able to stand. He's not going to be able to attack.
Can't attack, you can't fight.
That's right.
Can't fight, you can't win. Can't win, what are you doing?
What these 2 guys are doing are paintbrushing each other. Steve Off has had enough of that.
Steve Off ready to throw bombs with CB. Nobody home in the corner there. Foot getting caught by CB. Oh!
That could tear a knee. Generally, Steve Off does not want to have to deal with leg issues leading up to his match. When he wants a match with Ryman, now with an STF, cranking the arm back, folding the leg over. But Steve Off, being a bigger competitor here, very easily getting to the bottom rope.
Last thing Steve-Off needs, as you were saying, is a debilitating injury that's going to put him on the shelf with Alex
Steve-Off
coming
has
back.
used his second rope break. One remains now for him as well.
Very smartly using a rope break there to lessen the wear and tear on the body.
You got to use it ASAP. Because soon,
Oh, just turning the ankle, Jimmy. Look at that.
soon, you would think soon, both of these men are going to be out of rope breaks, and we're going to see a very different.
He's daring Steve to use the rope break. He's daring him.
And then just driving the leg into the mat there, rather. And kipping up is the world famous CB. Now just working on this leg.
Yeah, you saw, we were talking earlier about zeroing in on the chest. Now CB zeroing in on the left ankle of Steve-Off, but the leg power just a little too much. Off trying to buy himself some space. He does not want to use that last rope break. He's got to get up to his feet. He can't even put any weight on it.
Well, not a lot, as we saw from the first two of those attempts to throw CB out of the ring, but then that last one definitely had a little bit more oomph behind it. Maybe he's just trying, as you see here, he's just trying to knock some feeling back into that knee.
Yeah, very smart, buying a little extra space, a little extra time, shake some blood back into his knee and his ankle.
Short arm clothesline. You can see the pain etched onto the face of Steve-Off.
This is what Steve is good at. He's good at throwing punches, throwing lariats, bringing his opponent to the mat.
That smash mouth style, that oh, cutter from Steve-Off. 1, 2, and oof. So close, yet so far.
CB has been through plenty of wars in all his time in the business. And he can take a tremendous amount of punishment. There's a lot of heart in CB.
A ripcord punch. Nobody home there for that one. CB out of the ring now, onto the apron.
You can see Steve-Off.
Uh-oh.
He's struggling now to put weight on the leg. CB sees it.
Oh, my goodness.
Innovative and dangerous, tying the legs up in the ropes.
Steve-Off with nowhere to go.
Yeah, absorbing that kick that CB just threw in there. He had nowhere to go. He absorbed it all.
1, 2. Steve-Off still able to kick out. Still has some fight, some fire burning.
And palm strike from Liger.
Oh, clothesline. Here comes Off, though. Up and, oh, he's got him right to the back of the neck. Could this be it? But he's got to drag himself over because of the leg. There's the last rope break.
The world famous CB has used his third and final rope break.
Nothing else to do
remain.
By using that rope
One
break.
remains for Steve-Off.
Used that move before with his former tag team partner.
Well, I mean, you gotta think that if he wasn't close to as close to the ropes, CB would not have been able to get the energy to kick out of that.
Yeah, it's certainly a dangerous thing going there. As both men, we get further into this match, you're now struggling to breathe and to put some power behind those strikes.
Ooh!
That going to the throat's a very interesting option.
I mean, at this point, at this juncture in the match, you gotta just go for anything. Oh, kick to the leg.
Yeah, he deked him. And now returning to the leg.
Oh, roll up. Steve-Off almost stole one.
Oh, there's that closed fist. He gets one.
Steve-Off has been issued a warning for closed fist punch to the head.
Yeah, but that might have been good enough. This deep in the game, you have to think that this has got to be the right time to use that closed fist.
Yes, and CB struggling to get to his feet. But that closed fist certainly buying him a moment. Oh, splitting the rope because there's no rope break.
No rope break.
He used it up.
And there it is. Steve-Off tapped out the world famous CB.
The winner of the Pure Rules match, the result of a submission, the indestructible Steve-Off.
We joke a lot of times about Steve-Off being crazy, but he certainly knows a thing or two about wrestling as he grew up there. He knew CB was out of rope break, so he could pull back on that choke and get the tap, because CB had nowhere to go.
Great to see Steve be able to change up his game after that big match with Preacher last month and coming here in that Pure Rules match and just be able to tap out the world famous CB. And there's that respect. Long-time friends in this business, Steve Off and CB. I'm calling over his son Luke. It's Steve Off.
He's got to hit him in the head with a Lego. Let's see him.
There it is. The thing that means the most to Steve Off and everybody here is family. And that is the family here at the core, at the center of Pro Wrestling Magic.
He's going to go far in the business, and Steve tells him to hand it to the camera and wave it home.
There you go, buddy. Future star of the business right there. Heel son Luke. But you gotta believe, if not next month, then very, very soon, Steve Off is gonna be facing off against Alex Ryman one-on-one.
Yeah, we know Steve Off is wrestling for that match. Let's wrestle for the microphone. Let's hear what he has to say.
Damn, that hurt. Oh, man. Luke. Hey, Luke. That was for you, buddy. That was for you, buddy. But now, it's a fun, competitive, athletic wrestling contest. However, on April 23rd, I want something a little different right here. I think you know where I'm going with this. Alex Ryman! Yeah! You know where I'm gonna be. I know where you're gonna be. Why don't we do this AMS style? Me and you, one-on-one. No bitch-assness. No bull shots, no pipes, no sneak attacks. Just me and you. And I can show the whole world what your old lady already knows. You don't measure up.
Gauntlet has been thrown by Steve Off.
Shit! World star, ladies and gentlemen.
You can keep her, but what you can't keep is that head on your damn shoulders. Because if you accept this challenge, if you show up here April 23rd at Pro Wrestling Magic's Carousel of Progress 7-year anniversary spectacular, if you step up, it's lights off.